Hey, what's up guys? It's Clan World, and today, welcome to my high level account. So this account is free to play. I don't like spending money on the game because I feel like I should play how everyone else is playing. So this is a deck that I love, and I'm fortunate enough to have the Sparky. So Giant Sparky, so far this deck has worked with me. I have been very far with it, and this is just my overall favorite deck. So I'm going to pump up. And I know I have been having connection issues recently, so that might have an effect in these few battles right now. But he just plays a bomber and then a hog rider. So I'm going to zap out those fire spirits and then fireball, and yes, it does get all of them. So he zaps my minion horde, but it is basically a 0-0 game. So here's the connection that I was talking about. It just goes away, it comes. Sometimes it has a huge effect. But he is a level 10, so that might play a little factor in this game. So I'm going to play my Sparky. You never want to be playing a Sparky unless you already have a pump down. So I'm debating if I should put my Giant or not, or build a push without the Giant. But I just played my Giant, and this is like my standard push. This is the push that I like using because you have some air defense. You always want to have your zapping rotation when you have your big push. So I was pointless zap right there. And it gets one blast on the tower, but then my minion horde basically gets destroyed and does absolutely nothing. So far I have a lead on his towers, and I'm pretty sure I have an elixir lead. So it seems like as a level 10, he doesn't really know how to play the game. Because like usually you play your hog, then your goblins, or like I'm pretty sure he played like fire spirits or something before, and he plays like his tank after his like cleanup troop. So that's a little weird. Maybe he has some huge strategy he's gonna put on me later. So he has a miner. So I had fireball, so I didn't want his bomb to just do work on my tower. And he also played fire spirits, so I got some damage on those too. So that was a very well played by him. I was not ready for that miner. His miner just did so much chip damage, and it looks, going in, this is an even battle. So I like spinning them around, and I'm just going to ignore his hog rider, thinking that this is the push where I can have a huge point on him, but I zap that and it will not get a hit, and then those will just go on to destroy, and I will get 140 left on that tower, but now he has so many small troops and those fire spirits that I don't have really anything I can put to block him. So now he has both my towers down very low, and it's looking that I will probably lose this game. So the battle ends really soon. I'm debating whether I should fireball, but I don't have any defenses, so he plays the miner, and I'm worried that it won't get there in time, but it gets there right at the buzzer, and I'm able to keep this game and push it into overtime. And yes, I'm already knowing that this game is over because he can just place anything and just distracted by my other towers, and this game is over with a 2-1 victory for him. So I just hate when people laugh at you after like you both tried hard, you won, and then you're just gonna like be mean to the other guy. And I'm really looking forward to that new update where you can just like shut him off and like not listen to him, because that sometimes gets to people and it like destroys the fair gameplay. So once again, connection's going to hit me, and that time it actually made a difference, so I couldn't see what's happening. So that's not how you want to zap. Like if you're gonna zap, at least like do a successful one and not let him get hits on your tower. And now he's playing a witch, and I would usually zap that, get rid of the skeletons for my Sparky. So that was just a horrible play by me. I was just scared, and I was almost max elixir. I dropped that fireball to push the witch closer, and the Sparky just takes care of all of that. So I'm going to drop my giant, and once I can, my archers to build my standard push. And now I have my zap, so if he plays a minion horde, I can get rid of it. But he plays a big P.E.K.K.A, but my Sparky locks onto the tower first, and I'm going to zap those spear goblins so my P.E.K.K.A doesn't target. And he zaps, but just a little too late, and it will take another hit on the tower. So I was debating that Sparky, but I figured that it will be out of rotation when I need it, and it's probably not the best idea. So now my Sparky will kill a dying elixir collector, and that's a waste. I wish he would have gone for the King Tower first, and I would have had 2 hits on the King Tower. But now I'm just fine with 1 hit on the King Tower, because that is just as good. So I'm going to pump up, and he will too. Debating Fireball, but remembering he has the Witch, and I rather Fireball the Witch than just his collector. So I'm going to place a Sparky, then another Giant. So then I'm going to place my archers to build my standard push, and he plays a P.E.K.K.A. in the back, and I'm presuming that the Witch will come right afterward. And now it does, so I'm going to place my Barbarians to tank against the P.E.K.K.A. He plays Spear Goblins, but thankfully my Sparky targets on the P.E.K.K.A., not them. And then he plays a Valkyrie from behind, but one of my archers turns around, so it will kill it instead of needing to use 2 blasts of the Sparky. So the Fireball was useless. Sparky would have dealt with it anyways. So now I'm just going to play minions and just rush his 7 elixir down the drain. So I was going to try to go for a giant minion horde push, which is really effective once he uses like a fireball or an arrows, and I know he doesn't have any rotation, because then a zap won't take out them, so they'll just take out the tower usually. So I left his Valkyrie alone, because I knew my 1 minion would do enough damage. So this time I will fireball, because I can't hit 2 towers, and he P.E.K.K.A.s the other side, probably hoping that he can just take out 1 tower, but I'm going to say no. And with 10 seconds, I'm going to ignore everything he will put on the other side. He rages so much, but I'm just like trying to get this 3 count, and then 5 damage, and I win. So that is what you want to do. I like being aggressive. 31 trophies, the 3-0 victory. That is, I like just playing aggressive, and now I only need 1 more crown for my crown chest. So I'm going to get into another battle. So this one is against Swole Patrol of Kinfolk Nation. He is a level 9, so this one is a pretty even match going in. We both pump up, but he placed his pump a little after me, so I will need to play the next card of the battle. So I'm going to split my archers, but once again, the connection is just like destroying me. And I thought I would do like archers and then barbarians, but my connection just once again killing me. So I'm going to place a giant, and then I'm going to place a Sparky, so I'm going to work off of defense, and I did not realize that's where his minor was going, so now I think my Sparky is probably going to die, but with that zap, I will be able to keep it alive with the smallest sliver of health, and it will be able to first take out that mini P.E.K.K.A., and then so close to getting that hit off on the bowler, but that 1 bowling ball is going to go through my giant and take it down. So I'm going to place a minion horde to try to do that another push, but then he just has fire spirits and a mini P.E.K.K.A., and that's just going to take down everything that I had remaining on my defense. So I'm going to pump up a little aggressively. He could have played like a Hog Rider if he had one there. But I play my archers, and once again, the connection just like hurting me battle throughout battle, making those small impacts that actually really matter. So it's just like stopping again and again. I'm really sorry about my connection. I don't know what's happening about it. It's been like horrible all of today. Really sorry about that. So he plays an Ice Spirit to kill off my archers. I feel that was unnecessary. So he'll start with a giant in the back, and I will play my own Sparky, and then he will play a giant. So he is running Bowler, Giant, and I'm guessing there's probably a poison in there, because that's been like a very successful deck recently. So he plays a Minor, and then zaps. I play Barbarians, and then I will get my Sparky hit on the Giant, and then I am able to get one on the mini P.E.K.K.A., but now he has 2 full health bowlers coming down the lane. Will place a minion horde after he puts that zap, and then he places a Minor. I try to counter that with archers, but it doesn't work, but my minion horde will take out that eventually. So now I have archers and Sparky, so I will put a giant on top of that. My Sparky targets on fire spirits, and then he plays a mini P.E.K.K.A. But now I have my average push, and with a Sparky and that zap taking down that bowler, this seems to be pretty good battle in my favor. And now with time running out and a minute of overtime coming, I'm going to look for that last push that might give me the victory that I am so close to. So I am definitely winning this battle right now, and I have barbarians going down. I have 2 minions left, and then the connection strikes again. Right as I'm about to win, he leaves the match, and then I am able to win even though the connection was haunting me the whole entire game. So that's a 30 trophies, a 1-0 victory, and now I can collect my crown chest, but really I can't because the connection just says, no, I don't want you to. So finally I'm able to. That's 498 gold, 2 gems, 3 bomb towers, 3 fireballs, 29 barbarians, and 29 archers. So now I'm looking at the bowler, and that's what I think I'm going to upgrade now, and that's what I do. 132 hit points, 7 damage per second, and 19 area damage, so his splash damage was improved. And now I'm going to get into another battle. So this guy is a level 10, 1 level ahead of me, but I think we will be able to beat him. I play a elixir collector, and right now he has just wasted half of an elixir. So I think with that half elixir gone in his part, that is the elixir lead I will need to win this battle. So I play a Sparky in the back, and I will follow that up with a giant, but he already has a giant and fire spirits and a musketeer down, so I zap away his fire spirits, and this is not looking good so far. I'll play archers to help take care of that giant faster, but he plays his own Sparky, and with no zapping rotation and that going down, he is just going to waste his shell, and I'm going to lose my Sparky. So I'm waiting, and waiting until the minion horde will attack the Sparky and not the giant, but it's too little, too late. I should have placed them earlier, and that was horrible placement by me. Maybe should have done the surround technique with the barbarians, but that was just horrible play. And going throughout the battle, I will need to make some amazing plays to be able to even come close to winning this. So he has minions and a musketeer coming down my lane. I will surround his musketeer, which wasn't the best play, and now we'll have a little push out of that, but not sure what he's going to do now. He plays a Valkyrie, and I'm going to zap that, hoping I'll get any more hit points on that tower that I can. I get a few, it's down to 1450, but with my tower only being at 262, it was still not the push that I really hoped for. So I play a Sparky down my lane, and then I could just screw the Sparky and pump up. Doesn't seem like the best idea though, but since I used my zap on his Valkyrie, I do not have a zap for now, and the connection is just coming back over and over again. I can't play my archers, then I do play my archers, and I'm trying to play my zap, and when you're playing Sparky on Sparky, just not being able to like play your zap and play how you want to play is not a good thing. Because like Sparky on Sparky, like you need to be tough and like accurate with your plays, and I think he's going to get another hit, but last second my giant will go down, beating the connection. But it still looks like this is not going to be my battle. So I'm going to zap his Sparky, hoping my barbarians and 1 archer can take care of it. But it is not going to be good enough, and his Sparky will be alive. And now me playing my Sparky in the back, forgetting that it's about to go into overtime, not playing my fireball, and that will do it for this battle, not being quick enough with my plays. And his Sparky just devastating, that one blast, and it just gives you the lead for the rest of the battle. So he laughs at me, and again, like, I don't understand when you laugh at someone. Like, they tried hard, you tried hard, and you won. You should be, like, proud of yourself, and, like, don't laugh at someone. That's just, like, rude. So now I'm going to get into my last battle. So it is against Cass, and I'm hoping that this video will end on a high note and not a low one with another connection problem and everything doing it. So I know you're probably saying right now, oh, he's just blaming everything on his connection. And if you want to think that, think what you want to think, and that's your opinion, and you're allowed to think what you want to think. But sometimes against connection, you cannot really play what you want to play, and it like makes you start guessing if your connection's going to go up and needing to play things before you think you need to play them. So yes, it does have a big factor in these battles. So here's a rocket user. The rocket will just take down my Sparky, and whenever I play a rocket user, I'm just like, oh no, I like already lost, because like my deck isn't strong enough to just beat a rocket without the Sparky, because the Sparky is like my main damage dealer. The Giant also has some good chip damage. So now, he plays Inferno Tower, but I'm going to be ready for it with my minions. He plays a poison spell. So when they have an Inferno Tower and rocket, your sword just like quit the battle. I'm going to try here, but I already know that it's not going to be good. Then he has a mini P.E.K.K.A. to finish taking care of my Giant, and this battle is just looking horrible already. So he will play a Hog Rider and that mini P.E.K.K.A. all coming down my lane. And with my tower going down to 1,113, it is not looking good for the rest of the battle. So I'm going to place my Giant in the back, and I really want to play my Sparky. I'm so tempted, but I know that he will just place his rocket again, and it will go down the drain, and my Giant will get hurt, and it's just never a good idea, but I'm hoping that he's just like not paying attention, and I play my Sparky, and I zap his Inferno Tower to reset it, but once again, the rocket's just devastating to this deck, especially when you add an Inferno Tower to that. Just places Fire Spirits and then a Hog Rider. So like before, I don't really understand why you play the like troop before that, but that was still good damage for him, and well played. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat him. I like hate when people use these kinds of decks. It's just so annoying. So let's zap all that out of there. And then minions on the side, but it won't do anything. So he will just zap those, and then they will get targeted on the mini P.E.K.K.A. and just nothing. So I'm going to play my Elixir Collector, getting ready for it, but he's just going to play that rocket. And I just hate when people just have that rocket, and it's never going to end well. So I played my archers, but Fire Spirit soaked them up, and that's going to be game. So I just hate rocket users. They're just so annoying to this deck. So those were my battles now. So I'm at 2,616, and I have been higher. I've been to 2,958, which was so close to Legendary, but I didn't do it. So with 30 minutes left, I recently joined a tournament, and I got 88 trophies, which is 4 cards, so not horrible. This is Hawkseye. I made it a few episodes ago with my lower level count, so here's the hashtag. If you want to join, it's going to open up soon, and you can join. There's 15 members right now. But comment down below, what do you want to see, high level gameplay or low level gameplay? For now, peace out.